Rick's Firearm Academy of Detroit.
The comments will pop up.
Rick has gotten himself a lot of FaceTime, right?
That's fantastic.
I like doing a lot of this kind of stuff too, but to be honest with you, I know that I have a better face for radio.
Very true.
Rick is a recognized expert in firearm safety. He's been featured extensively in the national and local media. He's been featured in the Associated Press, UPI, Fox News, USA Today, New York Times, NRA News, Gun Digest, Tactical Life, The Truth About Guns, The Politics Daily, Fox News Detroit, The Detroit News, Detroit Examiner, WJLB, WGRPR, and the Urban Shooter Podcast. Just a long list of stuff. He's done a great job as an emissary of firearms rights, firearms training, and promoting the shooting sports. He's done a great job, and I really appreciate his work. He's been great. He's been a former keynote speaker, as I have been. So welcome, Rick, and then right afterward, we're going to get the march started, right?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, I am truly glad to be here with you all. Right off the top, a couple of people I'm glad I saw today. Earlier, a couple of speakers ago, my buddy, my partner in crime, Mr. Terry Johnson, he does the legal section in my concealed pistol license classes. He does an awesome job. And we just recently, this past March 28th, we celebrated a friendiversary of sort. We celebrated 5 years of working together doing CPL classes. And I just want to recognize Terry Johnson because we do great things back there. Terry happens to also be here to represent firearm legal protection. That's like a big thing that we're really pushing in our training classes. The thing that I want to leave with you all, just with regards to training, is that if you are so emboldened to carry a firearm, open or concealed, however you want to do it, you really need to take a quick look at what you're going to do if in your gravest extreme, in the worst possible scenario occurs and you have to actually defend yourself. I'm saying to make sure that you get some type of plan and some type of protection to guard your future, your safety, and your life earnings. But also, as you can probably see, I'm wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, right? I recently went to Texas, and I got totally Texified. I went from San Antonio to South Padre Island, Corpus Christi. We went to Alvin, Austin, and then back to San Antonio. Couldn't come back without a hat and cowboy boots. And I heard that CJ Grisham was going to be here, so I wanted to make sure he felt warm and welcome with familiar sights with cowboy hats and cowboy boots on here today.
That's it.
Since we're here, I get a chance to see you all. I network with you all in social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, newsletter, you name it. I think I'm on everything but that new one, Snapchat. But it's really good to come out here and to see you and to network with you all, and in some cases, rekindle the friendships that we started here at this March in previous years. Also to establish new friendships and new relationships with those of you that I've been networking with online. And I truly am honored that people drop by my page and we get to have many detailed discussions on a variety of topics. But since we're here today at the Second Amendment March, it's only appropriate that we talk about guns. And we talk about gun rights and fighting for the cause of liberty. I'm getting pretty up there in age. I'm not going to tell you exactly how I am, but if I take off my hat, you'll clearly see that I got a sea of cotton up there. Okay? This year, though, this upcoming election, I feel like a sense of dread, when I look at the state of politics at the national level right now. On the one side, one major political party, the Democratic Party, they're assuming the highest office, well, not assuming, but they're pursuing the highest office in the land, the presidency. And when I look at what they're talking about, when I look at Hillary Clinton or Senator Bernie Sanders, and you look at them in their debates, it seems as though they're trying to one-up themselves on how draconian they would be if they were elected president. With Hillary Clinton, she's gone so far as to suggest that she should hold gun manufacturers accountable for the misdeeds of criminals who misuse the product, that misuse their firearms. Senator Bernie Sanders, he's going to one-up her, and he's going to say, well, you know what? Any firearm that cannot be used for hunting should be banned. Just in case you didn't know, I am firmly here to tell you that the Second Amendment is not about hunting.
Amen. Amen.
The Second Amendment is, and has been and will continue to be, is our last line of defense against a government that has turned tyrannical and seeks to take away our freedom. So that is why we have the Second Amendment.
Amen.
When you get to go out and to talk with fellow gun owners and fellow patriots about the cause of freedom, you know, it's not unusual to hear people get really fired up on the subject, especially when you talk about their desire to keep gun ownership active and alive. If we look at just the statistics on guns in this country, there is an estimated 300 million guns in circulation today. Also, there's an estimated 100 million gun owners in this country. You do some quick math, people that own guns don't just like guns, they love guns. And if you love guns, you will do all that is necessary and is required to make sure that gun ownership remains a staple of our society. You will make sure you do what's required, that you will only vote for a pro-gun candidate. As far as I can see, and as what I'm going to tell you, is that there is no candidate in the Democratic Party running for president who's going to do right by us on gun rights. It's especially chilling for me personally that former Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia had the audacity to die while the Supreme Court was in doubt with respect to us having a new president. Scalia was a very stalwart, ardent, and fervent supporter of gun rights, and the fact that the next Supreme Court justice is going to be very important. Currently, the court is at a 4-4 split, which was really surprising because they voted unanimously that stun guns were indeed arms and were protected by the Second Amendment. But I say to you all, if we get a liberal anti-gun justice on the Supreme Court, we run the risk of having Heller overturned. We run the risk of having McDonald overturned. The risks are very high. So it is with this time that we have that I feel a sense of dread. However, I am confident when I look out among the group of you all today that there are still people like me who believe in the Second Amendment, people who are willing to sacrifice time out of their day to come out here and to rally towards our duly elected state representatives and our state senators and to tell them that we are in full support of gun rights here in the state of Michigan. Frequently you'll say things that cause others to pause. You'll hear them say things such as, sometimes the tree of liberty needs to be watered with the blood of patriots and tyrants. When you talk like the founding fathers of this country spoke, you tend to raise a few eyebrows. People look at you strange. They say, oh man, you're definitely headed for the no-fly list and they're going to try to take your guns without due process. I'm here to tell you that when you speak like that, whether in person or online, you're going to get a couple of trolls online. And these trolls, true to form, they will question whether it is indeed possible for a group of citizens who are having their Second Amendment rights attacked. Is it even possible for patriots to rise up against tyrants? They might even ask you to show me just one example in this country since this country was founded. When has this ever happened? I'm here to tell you that this did indeed happen in this country. And if you've been in the gun rights movement for a while, you are already familiar with the story that I'm about to tell you. If you are fairly new to the gun rights movement, I have a very short story that will edify you and educate you on a battle which lasted 2 days. August 1st of 1946, we are rapidly approaching the 70th anniversary of the Battle of Athens, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Woo! Close to the end of World War II, McMinn County in the state of Tennessee welcomed its soldiers back home from the war, World War II. Our soldiers who valiantly and bravely served overseas fighting the Axis forces for the cause of freedom all across the globe. When they came home in 1946, 1945, they realized that the freedom that they were fighting for overseas did not indeed exist at home in McMinn County. Before these soldiers even came back, the local residents of this county petitioned the federal government, the Department of Justice, which was of course overseen by the President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR and the Department of Justice didn't want to have anything to do with the allegations of corruption and tyranny that existed in McMinn County. What the veterans decided to do, the veterans decided, well, obviously with these tyrants in control of the county government, it's too late to reason with these guys. But at the current moment, it's too early to start shooting. So they thought that they would embrace the political process and try to reform it from within. They decided to run a complete slate of GI candidates from the county sheriff all the way down the ticket. They campaigned hard and they campaigned valiantly. From their polling results, it appeared that victory politically was certainly soon at hand. To ensure that their goal of having tyranny eradicated in their home county of McMinn, they petitioned the government one more time. They petitioned the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, to come to McMinn County and to send federal election monitors to ensure that there were fair and free elections. Once again, the federal government turned a blind eye to the citizens of McMinn County. If they were to get freedom, they would have to get it for themselves and not depend on some federal government to give it to them. On the day of the election, August 1st, 1946, the corrupt sheriff of McMinn County brought in 200 additional armed thugs and goons to ensure that the election went his way. When the GIs had their own election monitors to make sure that there wasn't any wrongdoing or chicanery going on, they were promptly dismissed and pushed to the side and not to be a part of this political process. This issue came to a head when one brave man, a black man, a farmer by the name of Tom Gillespie, who, believe it or not, in 1946, it was not a very smart thing to do for a black man to attempt to vote in the South. Undeterred, he pressed forward and demanded to be allowed to vote. As he turned away from law enforcement to make his way over to the voting booth, he was promptly shot in the back. And at that very moment, all hell broke loose at the polling place. The corrupt sheriff took it upon himself to take the ballots and the boxes and to safely secure them, he said, for the sanctity of the election, to take them over to the county jail. This definitely did not sit well with the veterans who were running for office and who wanted to restore liberty in McMinn County. They knew that the corrupt sheriff was going to manipulate the ballots and ensure that their corruption still reigned the day. So the veterans, they went outside, they had a quick meeting, they had a huddle, they said, hey, what are we going to do? They said, hey, this is tyranny. We fought for freedom overseas. Let us fight for it now. Go home, get your guns, and come back. We will get those ballots from the sheriff's county jail. And of course, you know, we're talking about guys from the South. If you think us guys up north like our guns up here, I'm here to tell you that the guys in the South love them just a little bit more. In the South, depending on where you live, if you don't know how to shoot, you can't eat. These guys got their guns, and they quickly realized that they didn't have enough guns. Yes, Southern guys have guns, but you know what? They had 200 additional thugs augmenting and supplementing the troops, the sheriff's deputies that were on staff. So our GIs, they had a very great idea. They said, hey, let's go to the national and state local armory and let us borrow the guns that are there. Our warriors went to borrow the guns from the armory. They borrowed Colt 45 pistols and British Enfield rifles. Now they had enough to fight for freedom in their hometown. They promptly went to the sheriff's jail and they said, give us the ballots. The corrupt sheriff and his deputies fired upon our patriots. Our patriots then took higher ground and then began in earnest the Battle of Athens. There was gunfire and exchanges that persisted throughout the day, throughout the evening, and into the night. It even passed and transpired into the very next day, August 2nd of 1946. At one point, around 2:45 a.m. in the morning, it was pretty much understood that this is going to be a protracted battle unless something momentous occurred. So those improvising patriots came up with a plan to create some improvised explosive devices. They found themselves some dynamite, and they created bombs, and they bombed the county jail. Predictably, the tyrants fled and left the ballot boxes and the votes. Liberty was indeed restored by the patriots who took the ballots and secured them for later on that day. They then took to the airwaves and broadcast to the citizens of that county that they would soon be free, that the ballots would be counted openly and in public. Later that day, that prophecy was realized as the corrupt sheriff was taken and kicked out of office. The GI slate of candidates won the day. Liberty was destroyed. So there are two basic lessons to be learned from this very short history lesson. One is that the Second Amendment is not about hunting. The Second Amendment was given to us by our founding fathers as a last resort to fight against tyranny and corrupt government officials who will not do our bidding. The second point to be taken from this exercise is that true patriots will fight for liberty against all enemies, foreign and domestic. With that, I leave you and thank you very much for your time.
Love Rick. He ain't a bad storyteller, is he? All right, real quick. Right before we go on our march, we got one last representative, Representative Gary Glenn. He's from the 98th District, Midland and Bay Counties. He's an incredible conservative, good constitutional conservative. He's very good friends with my own congressman, U.S. Congressman Justin Amash, who I am privileged to say I think I have one of the greatest congressmen in all of the United States representing me in Washington. So I'm very glad to have Representative Glenn here with us. Representative Glenn, come give us a few comments before we march.
Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to come give you encouragement. I had the opportunity to work personally with Charlton Heston on some issues about 20 years ago. He used to call the Second Amendment the first freedom, because without the Second Amendment and the freedom to defend all of our other freedoms, all the other constitutional rights and freedoms are rendered irrelevant. And in fact, my firstborn son's name is Heston David Glenn. Further proof that the Founding Fathers didn't have hunting in mind when they wrote the Second Amendment is having a musket on the frontier in the colonies in the original states was like having a fork on your table or an axe to take down for firewood. It was a tool. Nobody thought you had to have a constitutional amendment. Remember, these were men who had just won a war against a tyrannical government that had attempted at the very first to seize their guns at Concord and Lexington. That's what the Second Amendment is all about. I do want to give you encouragement. I have sponsored a bill as opposed to the Obama Pentagon policy regarding our military facilities like Fort Hood or the Army Guard recruiting station down in Chattanooga, where military personnel are prohibited from defending themselves and being armed. I've introduced a bill for those guardsmen here in the state of Michigan who are under the state's control, that in all of the public facilities, recruiting offices and training facilities, there shall always be at least one military personnel armed and trained and capable of defending himself and his colleagues. And that bill is co-sponsored by every member of the Military and Veterans Affairs Committee, including the chairman, who is the only sitting member of the legislature who is also an active member of the military, Representative Tom Barrett of the Michigan Army National Guard. It's also co-sponsored by every Democrat member of the Military and Veterans Affairs Committee. So with the chairman as a co-sponsor, I'm confident we're going to get a hearing on it. With every member of the committee a co-sponsor, I'm confident it's going to pass the committee and then go on to the House. So that word of encouragement. I am also a sponsor, along with Representative Tom Barrett and Jim Runstead and Lee Chatfield, and I don't know if I can remember the other, of a constitutional carry package of legislation. You're able to freely stand here today and open carry, which you can do in just about every place in the state of Michigan. But if you want to put your jacket on, you have to pay the government a fee, take an 8-hour class, and pay a jacket tax. So this legislation would say that you are free to carry openly or concealed without having the government's permission to exercise your Second Amendment right to defend yourself and your family and your colleagues and your property. So I would encourage you to contact your legislator and urge them to support the constitutional carry package. In this day of terrorism and other domestic violence, I believe the more law-abiding Americans who carry arms and are able to defend themselves and their families and property is a good thing. The more people who own arms, as somebody noted earlier, we have a record level of gun ownership now. Thank you, President Obama, the greatest gun salesman in the history of America. Yeah. And yet, according to the Washington Post, which I gave this to the local media here just a couple of months ago, the Washington Post did an article within the last 6 months or so that said since 1990, while gun ownership has escalated, and never more so than the last 7 years, that gun violence has dropped in the United States of America by 50%, except in gun-free zones. like unbelievably United States military facilities, or in movie theaters, or in public schools where we house our most precious commodity 8 hours a day under rules that say nobody there can be armed to defend our most precious commodities. And by definition, the only people who can walk into a public school are people who are there with ill intent. That simply is nonsensical. This legislation, constitutional carry, would give every person the right to carry openly or concealed without having to ask the government's permission or pay the government a fee or be able to afford the CCL license. So hopefully you will get behind that legislation and encourage its support. God bless you. God bless you and keep you strong for this fight. Thank you for these few minutes.
All right. How many of you guys out there have heard of summer soldiers and sunshine patriots? How many of you guys have heard of those? Yeah. That's not us. It's cold. Nonetheless, we're going to get us warmed up because where's Rick at? Where's Rick at? Rick? In the bathroom. Holy cow. So who's leading this march? Where's Tom at? Tom. Who's leading this march? Johnny. Where's Johnny at then? One moment while we pause for station identification here. One more quick plug. Silent auction. Has anybody gone over there and checked out to see if like somebody's like sniped you, right? Snipers, right? They're watching those silent auctions and they're looking to see if you bid on them. And if that's the thing you want, they've probably sniped you a little bit. You need to go back there and get a couple shots in, right? Slide back there, make sure you're getting your item. I gotta go check on my towel over there because I want that towel.
This gentleman right here donated a $150 CPL class that no one has bid on yet.
Nobody?
You could get that for $1. I bet if you hurry right now, you could get that for $1.
Probably could. Yeah. Even amounts only. No $1.50. No 50 cents. It's got to be at least $1, $2, $3.
Sell it back to you for $5.
Giveaways?
Yeah, we could give something away. Who's carrying the largest caliber weapon on them today? Who's got the largest caliber weapon here? 45? 45. Anybody beat a 45? I keep hearing 45. 100. A 100?
I see a couple of Smith & Wesson 500 Magnums right there.
Oh, holy cow. I think you win, sir, by default. I'm not going to argue with that.
His gun's definitely bigger than mine.
We got a training passport. In case you don't know how to use those, you can log your training. Who's got the oldest weapon here today? Oldest? Over there. Over there? Not the oldest guy holding a gun. Yeah, no problem. Who's got the oldest weapon? Not the cannon, that doesn't count. It'd be hard to conceal, I guess. Unless you're my boss, he's a big... Never mind. Oh. I think... Holy cow. From his cold... I agree, his hands are probably cold today.
He's just not dead yet.
He's not dead yet, though. Let's try to keep it that way. Here you go, sir. All right, we got our leaders for this march yet?
No.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah?
Johnny, right there.
All
See
right.
that guy right there? All right, while you guys go and march, we're going to get set up back here. When you get back here, we're going to have a legal panel discussion with Terry Johnson, who you've heard from, Jim Mikowski, and Dean Greenblatt. Give a wave over there. Okay. Those three guys are going to come back. We're going to have ourselves a nice legal panel discussion. Johnny, lead us on the march, and we'll see you guys back in a few minutes.
All right.
Johnny!
Let's do it. We're going this way. All right. We're going on a march, folks. It's a little cold out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hide your kids, hide your wife. It's Michigan Open Carry live from the Capitol.
Hope you're enjoying this new live feed feature we figured out.
We got some comments?
Yeah.
No, we need, actually what we need to do is we should use that for our list.
Yeah, they block the streets off for us as we cross the streets.
I'm gonna go on the thing. Hope no one has
I know. Sorry for the choppy bouncing around video. It's gonna be a little rough as we walk. I don't have one of those stabilizer body rigs. Yeah, this view is not very exciting. You want to know what I'm carrying, Robert Fraley? I'm carrying an M&P 9mm. Oh yeah, and as far as more people than moms, Steve McMillan, definitely. Yeah, they had maybe 30 or 40. We have probably 300 at least. It's going to be a pretty good long march.
I know.
It's a mystery. That's my brother.
Are you on the group or the page, Johnny?
I am on the page.
Okay. This is the group feed. Johnny's got the page feed. Don't mind my eyes just at the bottom of the video. It's a very... It's like, yeah, look at that guy. I'm thinking of the shark.
We are currently getting an armed escort. Or he's getting an armed escort, I'm not sure.
One of the two. I think he's getting an armed escort.
All right.
Michigan gun owners, big, huge trailer, awesome.
Is that better, Fraley? Can you hear better? Yeah, they slow the pace, I guess, or walking too far. Walking too fast.
That's what I said. You guys got long legs. Some of us got short legs.
All right, we'll slow it down a little bit. Hey, Robert Fraley, can you hear the audio better now, or what? I guess I was covering the microphone.
Just slow down a little bit.
There's a parachute behind you.
How many viewers we got?
We got 23 viewers at the moment.
34 on this one.
This is a great option for those of you who are having encounters with the police, because this not only creates a live feed but also records it. So you're hitting two birds with one stone by bringing loud backup.
Yeah.
Then you encounter some law enforcement. And, good thing by Facebook on this live feed.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Oakland County Sheriff's Department recommend.
Would you rather see the crowd and my pretty face? You want to see the nothingness ahead of us? This view's not as exciting. You get to see this bike cop. That's about it. Horrible march. That dude behind you is completely out of step. Yeah.
Left. Give him the shakiness. Just had a coffee.
There's CJ.
4 times call me.
Hey, CJ.
Hey, what's up, man?
CJ!
Howdy. It's DJ all the way here from Oakland, Texas. Just hanging out with us for the day. Awesome gentleman out here. Awesome gentleman right Northern front of the southern Texas. Yeah. Okay.
MSP keeping us safe, crossing streets.
Appreciate you being here, sir.
2 years ago we had like cop cars in the streets blocking the traffic.
I remember that. There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not as good as showing us we would like.
Roger, sounds good. So
Get that sign behind you in the video. Okay, my viewers want to see the sign. Okay. There's MGO and their sale. walking too fast, folks? If you think it's too fast, just give us a little reminder. We'll slow it down. Hey everybody, we're on a live feed on MOC's Facebook page right now. Give them a little wave.
We clearly don't follow directions. They got caught up back there.
That's all right.
It really is a great day. The sun will just pop out.
Oh my God, the sun, please
Really make a difference.
make an appearance.
That's all right. I saw a lady with I said it a few minutes ago, but for those of you that are just joining, this new live feed is a good option for those that are having encounters with law enforcement. This not only goes live feed, but also records and backs up, so there's really nothing that anybody could do to delete this video, which is great.
Yeah, the jerkiness of my walking definitely makes you feel like you're here, doesn't it, Matthew?
Experience the jerkiness live.
You too can feel the bouncing along. This is my walking pace right here.
More about arm workout.
Yeah, my hands are about to fall off because it's so cold out here.
We have the other view here. We are currently giving this gentleman an escort. I mean, this is almost as good as being here, right, guys?
Yeah, you're in the warmth of your living room and we're out freezing. But I do understand that there's times where you just can't get out to an event like this. You know, work gets in the way, health issues, whatever it may be. But we definitely cannot get complacent. We need to make our presence seen and known.
Just memberships rolling in.
Yeah, also remember you can join Michigan Open Carry, miopencarry.org/join.
If you've never open carried before, this is a great way to open carry for the first time with 300-400 of your closest friends.
Or people you can just deal with being around.
These types of opportunities, come, get out, open carry. If you've never done it before, it's a great venue to start. It's kind of get you into it before you go doing it by yourself. These are great opportunities to come out and do it with a bunch of people. Make you feel a lot more comfortable.
Look at this, stop that traffic for us, that's right.
We're gonna get really small here real soon.
How's our pace?
Now he's probably slow it up. We'll probably
Okay.
hang out here for a second.
We're going to slow it down a little bit. All right, we're going to slow the pace. Find the pace that's good for you, we'll match yours.
I'm used to running.
Yeah, I am a fast walker.
I'm a very fast walker.
For us,
I usually am too, but this is a leisurely.
No, this is a stroll. Is your firearm wrapped in plastic?
No, that's all shirt.
I'm like, what?
No, this goes over here.
Okay.
we're there.
Keep it safe.
Seriously, yeah, it's weatherproof that way.
He's probably
If I'm gonna fall into an open manhole, let me know, okay?
I'll try.
Police officer.
Oh, do they?
Ride your way.
For those of you not familiar with Lansing, we are approaching the Supreme Court of Michigan, their home. This is our destination, our turnaround point up here, the Supreme Court. Yeah. I feel like she's setting the pace. We're just going to match her.
I just run into folks. There's a wall.
So, we're
Because I'm running into folks over yonder.
It's all right.
this,
We're just starting to finally get
All right.
in the back. They're still spread out.
I'll be walking through the downtown area, just back to the court, back to the
Like where all the offices are.
Okay. How many viewers you got? I have 48.
59 viewers.
I think it's official. I think the page
yeah.
gets more than the group.
The place I'm looking at.
We're being consumed by the crowd, Johnny.
With, though, they have diamonds.
See, this works good.
I've only
Yeah.
got one back seat in the day before. I don't have any front seat time in diamonds, so I've never flown any, well, fixed wing I haven't flown. I do live feed, sticker, flash, or anything like that.
What do you guys think of this live feed option? Keep in mind this also backs up to the Facebook servers, so it's recorded as well. So if you're ever out and about and you find yourself in a situation where you need to record the event as it's happening, the live feed is probably your best option. Not only do you have viewers watching what's going down where you're at, you also have the encounter being backed up to Facebook's video servers, so no matter what happens to your device, your phone, if it's taken from you and the video is quote-unquote attempted to be deleted, it's impossible. It's going right directly to the Facebook servers.
It was also field trip day at the Capitol. Buses and buses full of children. Believe it or not, nobody running and screaming. Great day overall.
Full of Tobacco Island.
Debunking all the lies that are told about open carriers or gun owners
Got some nice
in general.
toys up there.
Sure wouldn't mind the sun to be out though.
A couple of Lears.
I did an instrument approach in the Mackinac. It was, they were reporting below minimum at the airport.
I'm giving them the better camera. This one has better megapixels, so it should be clear.
I don't know, I think the Apple's better.
Well, but you're doing the front-facing camera right now, aren't you?
Yeah, isn't it still good?
I don't know.
The governor England was coming in behind me, and I called him up.
This is where you're doing those damn selfie sticks that I refuse to own.
If anybody would like to donate a selfie stick,
yes, look at those kitties.
buses are loving us.
That's right. Look at those kids.
Kids not freaking out.
Kids.
Incredible. Man, the lies that they tell. It's unreal. There's no safer area in Lansing right now. I can promise you that.
There's the Michigan Hall of Justice, where it all goes down.
I believe that'll be our turnaround.
Yeah. Should walk to the parking lot. I think we're walking right in front of it, aren't we?
We have 53 viewers.
35. How's your comments?
A couple.
Cool. Everyone seems to like it. Thank you. This is great. Thank you for doing all this. God bless. Love it. Thanks for doing it. That's cool, man.
It was orange.
Watching from Battle Creek.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And there was a thick cirrus.
You can't come to these events. You can always become a member. Join Michigan Open Carry. miopencarry.org/join. It's 5 cents a day, $20 a year.
I mean, I've flown back.
A lot of people.
Really, there's a lot of people.
Good job, guys.
It's awesome.
It is.
Get my arm workout for the day. Holding up a 12-ounce phone, I guess, isn't. Actually, no, it's like a 4-ounce phone. It's heavier than it thinks.
It's even the fact we just keep in the hand.
Yeah.
Just back then you could use it. It was that car. Right orange.
Funding to tear up all that infrastructure.
Popped out and it was just jet black. And it was a sudden, it was a sudden layer on it. So it just
Freedom
like it faded out.
and equality.
Bam, it was there.
Bill Johnson, we do this to keep everybody in check up here in Lansing.
Yes, the slower pace.
Open carrying all the time is great. Obviously, I do it too. We want to make sure that they understand that we know the law. We're not going to let the law change.
So Jenny, with your new job, are you going to be able to open carry?
Yes. Yes.
Meanwhile,
I will still only open carry.
So, for those of you who aren't aware, Michigan Open Carry had a case that actually came to this building right here, the Michigan Hall of Justice, Supreme Court of Michigan. It was CADL v. MOC. It was when the Library Authority of Lansing.
We're going to stop here for a little bit. Let everybody catch up.
Sued Michigan Open Carry to restrict us from carrying guns in the libraries in Lansing. And although we lost in the district court level, we won on appeal. And then the Michigan Supreme Court failed to hear the case. And what that means is that the lower court ruling stood as case law for the rest of the state. So our victory in the appeals court was solidified by the fact the Supreme Court of Michigan did not want to hear the case because they felt the ruling was correct at the appeals level. We might end up back here again with our current lawsuit, Clio, the MOC v. Clio School District. Right now it is at the appeals court level, and we feel really confident we will win there again.
Everybody get caught up and then we're going to head back in.
Right in the middle. Did you end the live feed?
Yeah, I did.
There's only one current live feed.
I can start it back up.
If you want.
Yeah. Jake.
All right, on to the next leg of the march.
You got new people on the front.
Yep, we do.
As long as we got the guy walking point, keeping his eyes open, we're all safe.
It's a pretty cool.
Well, they said they think we're
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. This live feed sucks some juice. I was at full power before I started this live feed, and it's been going strong for 48 minutes, and I am officially about to die. I did bring my backup phone, so I think I'll pull that one out too.
You know, one of those little charging batteries, and
Yeah.
plug it in, throw it in your pocket.
Well, this phone's about to get replaced with a new one, so hopefully it's got more battery power.
They got them about this big at Costco. Usually.
Yeah.
It's got 2-3 charges in it.
Yeah, his battery.
It's going down. 48 minutes of live feed sucks some serious juice.
This is the end.
And I had it fully charged because I knew I was going to do this, and I thought I'd get more time than that. But
Have a generator on your back next.
I brought my company iPhone so I could just blow up the data plan using that. They're gonna probably pull me in the office. You know how much data you use this month?
You gotta get one of the portable batteries.
That's what you don't get for having an unlimited data plan.
Oh, I don't doubt that it's unlimited, but I'm sure that they still monitor and wonder what the heck we're doing with our phones.
I got a battery pack in my bag back at the table.
I'm more concerned about that cracked screen.
Yeah, no, this phone's on its last legs. I'm replacing it with the S7. Either out of the LG5, I think.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
You got coffee?
So you start.
Well, this one's probably going to go down. This, hey Matthew, this feed's probably going to go down, and then a new one will pop up. It's just going to be right on our Facebook group. Anyone who goes onto our group will see the live feed, and they can just tap onto it and watch it. So
Where you go home at the end of the day.
easy to find.
Oh, okay.
Just direct them to the Facebook group.
Every day I drive past the state police barracks and
So there's not really a specific link per se. It's just a Facebook group, and you'll see it running.
Like an 8 to 5, like a 7 to 4.
Somebody can lead this with a cadence or something.
I think our pace is a little quick. Here, slow down a little bit, guys.
We're gonna slow it down just a little bit.
We don't want to fragment. Whoops. Oh, I deleted a comment there, Craig. Didn't mean to do that. My hands are freezing and I hit the wrong button. I was trying to thumbs up your comments and I deleted one on accident. Alright folks, my battery is officially dying, so we're going to shut this live feed down and you will be able to rejoin a new one that will pop up eventually soon here on the group or the page. Most likely I'll do the group again. Alright y'all, take care. Carry on. Peace.